And next thing which I would like to cover here is telling you how you can share your experiences and, maybe try to find a purpose to what you do. Because a lot of times, like Commander Ram has also said, that it takes us a lot of time to understand what we want to do. Sometimes for us, we think that it's better to leverage our strengths, to leverage our past experience in armed forces, right? So it's the most obvious step which one should take. You have to leverage your past experience, what you've done. But sometimes your past experience could not may not meet your educational qualification. Like I had a friend who was a BTech in IT, but she was an education officer in the Navy, right? So for her, now both the opportunities are open, whether she wants to go into tech roles or she wants to go into something related to HR or L&D and all, right? So she had both these options available with her. Now at this moment, you have to choose what you want to do. So sometimes in such situations, leveraging past experience, you may forego that, right? So that is bound to happen. So these decisions wherein you decide whether you want to leverage your past experience, that is work experience, or your past educational qualifications to build a career ahead, or maybe you found something else that motivates you, a third thing. Now okay, मेरा बीटेक आईटी था, फिर मैं एजुकेशन में गई, अब मुझे जाना है सस्टेनेबिलिटी में, so I want to go there. So that can also be done. But then you would have to prepare yourself. You would have to prepare yourself academically. You have to upskill yourself appropriately. You have to align your previous experience in such a manner that it actually tells the person who is interviewing you, yeah, that yes, this person had a previous experience, experience, which that person is ready to transform into something new. And yes, with the previous experience and with this and the upskilling and degrees and qualifications and courses, what they have done, they might be able to perform well. So that conscious choice, that conscious decision has to come from you. You have to decide what you want to do. No one else can do that. Personally, for me, I was already academically I was academically oriented since my childhood. I did BSc Biotechnology in 2009 when Kiran Mazumdar-Shaw was the champion woman in biotechnology. And she was my inspiration. And I don't know how I became a university gold medalist from Guru Nanak Dev University, Amritsar. And that day, when my father came into the room and shouting, oh, so telling me, oh, you have stood first and all those things, so like, oh, itni padhai karke first bhi aa jata hai. So that was a revelation. Ki, okay, aap mehnat karo, aapko phal milta hai. And you're not prepared for that. So such situations, they happen. But come to think of it, after that, I went to Punjab University, Chandigarh. I had to fight for admission into Punjab University. Actually, despite being a gold medalist, I could not cut through the merit, despite being the person जो बहुत अच्छा जिसने entrance में exam में number लिए थे. But I could not cut through because there were certain added percentages given to domicile kids with domicile from Chandigarh, jinka college Chandigarh mein tha, so something happened. But somehow I got through, took masters, MSc in microbial biotechnology. And what did I do? 6 months later, I left that. Why? Because I joined Air Force. Right. So you have to take a conscious call what you want to do. In Air Force also, I did the PGD in human rights. I did that. I started that. I completed that. Then I started master in social work. And at that point of time, by the time I got released from the Air Force, I had to decide what I want to do. So yeah, it was a difficult decision. I didn't know what to do because those time the COVID was at its peak. There was nothing. There was an offer for an internship program at one of the MNCs. And I said, okay, no, I'm not going to go ahead with this because COVID to वैसे ही है. And let me do one thing. I would finish what I started. Right. So I finished my MSW. I came to know about many things. I volunteered at NGOs, online also, offline also. And then in that process, came to know about CSR. Okay, so with social work came CSR. Now I started, progressing towards a corporate mindset. Okay. Social work told me about CSR. Okay, that's one thing. CSR से sustainability आया. Okay, environment and sustainable development. Then wahan se, okay, what is the whole gambit in which it can function? So HR formed a part of it. That sustainability now is being taken away from HR. It's becoming a new function, new vertical because of the impetus on itself. But at that point of time, 4 years ago, when I chose that now I'm going 3-4 years, that's how my preparation would be. उस टाइम पे CSR वगैरह HR का ही पार्ट होता था मोर एक्टिवली. तो अभी भी है, but yes, sustainability has taken over. ESG and everything has taken over those aspects. So those are the hot topics going on now. So there's plethora of opportunities, and life will give you time to work out everything. There are many women here, I believe, from the armed forces who are in this workshop attending this. For you, it would be difficult to take a call. You might take a call that now you have done your best as a professional. Now you're hanging your boots. Maybe you want to spend some time with family, right? So Commander Ram has covered a very important aspect on how, as a male member from the armed forces, you need to work. Okay, you can't sit at home because you have a family to take care of, right? In some cases, for women officers also, that could be a case. Yes, that could be a case that you want to work because you want to work. You don't have any liabilities, you don't have any responsibilities, and that's what really gives you the kick. Please go ahead. But then there would be some among us who would like to take this call of being with family for some time, right? Take that time off because we deserve that. All of us deserve that. I mean, I know male officers here who openly say that I will get retired on this date. I would spend some time with family for 4-5 months, और उसके बाद देखी जाएगी. You know, such people are also there. So it's all personal choice. Yeah, it's all personal choice. You should be happy of what you have done these last 10, 12, 14, 15, 20, 25, 30 years. That's the best, you should remember about Forge. And at the very same time, gain some clarity over a period of time. It's okay. It's okay. Don't worry. Things will pan out. Like what Commander Ram said, कि हमसे पहले भी बहुत लोगों ने किया है, आगे भी बहुत लोग करेंगे, हम भी करेंगे. Okay, so don't worry. So that would happen. So yeah, I was going to cover certain real life examples. So yeah, I wrote something here. So it could be something like a veteran who transitioned from being a logistics officer to a supply chain manager in a corporate setting. So you can find your answers, your those cues here, which I would like to share with you, and then explore these things. Just explore, go all out, talk to people, connect with people. कॉर्पोरेट में, फौजी में, एवरीवेयर, गो ऑल आउट. नोबडी इज स्टॉपिंग यू. बट हाँ, उसमें होता है वो कि लिंक्डइन पे आपका वो क्या SSI या SSS रेटिंग होता है, वो पोस्ट आपका कितना लोग देखते हैं नहीं देखते हैं, सब SSI इंडेक्स समथिंग हैपेंस. ठीक है, ओके, वो तो बहुत बात की बात है, अभी तो एस्टैब्लिश होना ना पहले. सो डोंट वरी, गो ऑल आउट, टॉक टू पीपल. The other things like a former military engineer who became a project manager in a construction firm. So this is for someone who has been working in MES, so they could kind of find answers to this. An ex-military pilot who now works in aviation safety management. So if you're a pilot and now you don't want to fly, you go ahead with your aviation safety management. Yes, you can do that. Or if you are from medical services, so a former military medic who transitioned into healthcare administration. So these days there's even MBA in healthcare administration. So you can go ahead with these options also. So an ex-infantry officer who became a security consultant for corporations. You can do that as a consultant, because security is something which comes naturally to us. A former military HR specialist who now works in corporate HR. Another option. An ex-naval officer who moved into maritime shipping and logistics. Good choice. A former military IT specialist who now works in cybersecurity. An ex-artillery officer who transitioned into manufacturing operations management. A former military intelligence analyst who now works in corporate risk analysis. So there are many things which you can do in corporate, and once you find your calling, it would become easy for you to further transition.